Hello and welcome to another Spotlight. With me is my sister, Kristle Jones, to share a few perspectives regarding dating and relationships for this multi-part series. What's up, sis? How you feeling?
Good morning. You got me up on this Saturday morning early.
Hey, what we used to getting up bright and early. What grandma used to tell us, don't sleep your daylight away or something like that.
Yes, for sure. But I was up around 5 anyway, like doing my walking and my jogging in the morning. So I was up. So,
There we go.
yeah.
Okay. Hey, well, look, Crystal, you joining me for one of those heavy hitting topics, right? And I think that's to say it pretty mildly. And I also want to quickly say to you and to the audience as well, you were actually the first person who recorded with me 3 or 4 years ago when I did my first recording. Do you remember that?
That's true. Yes.
So we're back again. It's been a while, but this topic in itself is it goes without saying. I think is a very important one because there's so many levels to it. Dating and relationships, and you can parse out dating alone and relationships by itself, which we will do at
Yeah.
some point. But we're just going to kind of span the gamut for just a little bit and put some information out there. And one thing I do want to quickly say, moreover, to the audience, this is our perspective. These are our opinions and how we
Yeah,
approach it.
absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So let's put that out there. This is coming from our experiences. But Chris, let's go ahead and jump into it. And the first thing I want to ask you is just dating and relationships in general. Overall, what has your experience or experiences been like?
You would ask that. So I have experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mhm.
So three parts, which the good experiences, they were more so of I have dated people, with money,
Mhm.
great communicators, accountability, and also, I have, dated, ones that were loyal. The bad ones, those are like more so of the casually dating.
Okay.
So we knew, what it was between us. So they were dating like multiple people. So we call those what we say players. And the ugly were the ones that we were dating exclusive, but they were cheating.
Oh.
So I
Okay.
didn't expect for them to cheat versus dating someone that's a player that's casually dating. I mean, you already know, like, hey, they out there talking to this person, they dating this person, they dating that person. So
Mhm.
you're not looking for them to be loyal to you.
Okay.
So, but versus being in a exclusive relationship, you're dating someone, it's just you and I, or it's supposed to be just you and I.
Right.
But
Right.
on the flip side, they were out there cheating. So
Okay.
those were
Okay.
those are my perspectives.
So, Chris, I don't want to be naive. I'm a man. I've dated for years. Okay, I'm almost 50 years old. Thank God for that. I have a little dating experience, right?
Okay.
I have some relationship experiences as well. Kind of goes without saying. Yeah. But you touched on something very key with the exclusiveness, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, exclusivity or whatever the word is, right? It's early, right? I can't, it's still
Mhm.
early, so I'm gonna stay away from those 4 and 5 and 6 syllable words. Anyway, you mentioned being exclusive, so I want to be clear about this. You're talking from the perspective like, no, I verbally said, I specifically said, and we agreed to us being exclusive,
Uh-huh.
correct?
Yes, and that's what I'm saying. On those terms, we both acknowledge, hey, we are one on one. No one, no outsiders. It's just you and I.
Okay.
So that's why I say the cheaters. I didn't expect for them to go out there and cheat. I expect for them to, it's just you and I in this relationship. So,
Hmm.
so no outsiders, no sneaking around, no going behind, each other's backs. So that's why they're labeled as cheaters, because
Get it?
you went out there and cheated without,
Yeah.
doing something that I did not, I didn't know about, or
Okay.
it was a non-negotiable.
I just want to be clear, and I wanted you to state something
No,
akin with what you
it's
just
not
did.
one-sided. It's not
Okay.
one-sided. Yeah.
Okay. No, got it. And I'm sure everyone else who's viewing this get it too. So I want to switch to the dating scene, right?
Uh-huh.
Mainly because, and you and I touched on this ironically a couple days ago. It may have been yesterday, but there's been a few videos surfing around social media, right? Pertaining to one capturing a lady who was out on a date. You know, of course, I'm paraphrasing. Um, who was out on a date and she didn't expect to be taken to a particular restaurant, right? It didn't meet her standards,
Okay.
okay? For lack of a better phrase. There was another one where this one lady went out on a date, and I believe these were both first dates.
They were.
Yeah, yeah. And
They
she
were.
ordered tons of oysters and all this other expensive stuff, drinks, and so it's kind of that's a that in itself is a conversation.
Mhm.
That's a whole nother spotlight that we're gonna have at some point. But what is your take on a first date? What does it typically look like to you?
So my opinion, so I don't need no one out there bashing me, but in my opinion, a first date should be intimate, because I mean you're having that one-on-one time. You're trying to you're getting to know each other.
Mhm.
So of course you go somewhere that's going to be quiet, where you can hear each other's conversation. You don't have to scream and shout,
Mhm.
to each other. And also too, it needs to be somewhere where you're comfortable. We all work better and we operate better when we're comfortable. So it shouldn't be like where you're kind of trying to figure out what you should talk about, or like how to start a conversation.
Mhm.
You need to be comfortable, because I mean, all in all, you're trying to get to know that person.
Right.
And also too, it don't have to be somewhere so lavish. I mean, find out like what this person likes, find out what their interests are. Make it fun. And I guess that roll over into the creativity piece that that
Yeah.
you have
Yes.
coming up. But
Yes.
um yeah, I mean, I truly feel, now I'm gonna say this, my opinion. Do not take me to Applebee's. Now I'm not going for that. Every Applebee's I
What's wrong with Applebee's?
Every Applebee's I have been to, it don't matter what state or what city. I can say that. I can say Applebee's.
So, what? Let me say this. Let me say this though. Seriously, um, I this is your opinion. This is from your vantage point. So
Look,
there is no wrong response, right?
okay.
I'm talking. I'm having this conversation with Crystal.
I'm
Okay.
just I don't need Applebee's to come after me for saying
Well,
that.
no, but what I want to say is I need to interject this. Perhaps it would be helpful if these young brothers, sisters, whomever, if we kind of ask the young lady, we ask the gentleman, because I'm just saying, whatever the situation is, if we ask the other person, what are their expectations? What do they desire? What do they expect? Right?
Yeah,
Where do you give me some options? That's what I've done in the past.
give me some options.
Right?
So
See, so now I can kind of gauge where she is with this thing, right?
yeah, so and I mean, and then all in all, too, give me some options to choose from. I mean, because we all know we are here in inflation right now.
Yep.
Well, everybody cannot go out there and afford to take someone to $150 meal, and especially on the first date, because I don't even know if I'm gonna like you after we leave that first date.
Say what you just said again. You need to say that louder for the people in the back. Because no, that's Crystal. My brothers and I, we were We were talking. We had a discussion about some of this. We were going back and forth. But that's the linchpin right there. I
Yeah,
don't know if I'm still gonna like you the way I'm liking you now after this first date.
right.
You may not wipe your mouth. You may talk with your with food in your mouth. You may you may expect me to pray. You may not pray. I mean, there's over your food. Bless your food, right? There-
Well,
There's
well,
so many nuances to it that you don't know. Go ahead.
right. I mean, now I'm not gonna pay for a first date, but I'm just saying my time is valuable. Yeah, the guy is gonna pay for the first date, but I'm just saying, like, if I don't see myself, like moving forward with,
Hmm.
coming out to have a date with you again, I'm
Okay.
not gonna say it's a waste of time, but before I go out on a first date with someone, I'm
Hmm.
gonna have phone conversation with that person,
Right.
because you know from a conversation with someone if you want to go out and see them again, or if you're going to make time to see them again. I know that's my opinion. Before I'm going to see you in the physical, I'm going to have some conversation with you. We're going to have like a dialogue.
Right.
And all in all, what I have noticed about myself, and me and my girlfriends, we talk about it as well. We
Hmm.
can tell from a phone conversation if we plan to spend extra time with that person.
Mm.
I mean that's just the truth, because you tend to ask some questions, or you start a conversation up on some things that you may have peddling in your mind. Maybe a current event going on, or maybe you seen something on social media that is going to start that conversation. And if I'm gonna be honest, if somebody talking about something that I don't like, I'm not going out with you. Don't even ask me out to dinner. Don't even ask me. I don't have time. Maybe
You
I'm getting set in my ways, and I do feel like I'm open, but open to like some guys that that I talk to, they
mhm.
obsessed with YouTube. I'm finding out I don't want to date anyone that's obsessed with YouTube, because it's some different conversations going on.
So hold up. I have a YouTube channel, right? So this is it promotes.
No, no, no.
What do you mean YouTube though? No, seriously. This is for not only for my edification. I'm sure a lot of folks too are like, what's she talking about?
So on YouTube, it's a lot of YouTubers out there that are relationship experts,
Okay.
and it's a lot of chauvinistic stuff being discussed on YouTube.
Okay.
And the conversations that I be having with some of my guy friends, I be looking at them sideways like, bro, what are you talking about?
Well, I
That's
tell you what.
fair.
I
Okay,
tell you what.
that's another
No,
discussion.
no, yep. I tell you what. No, because come on now. We can go on and on about some of that.
Okay.
That's why I said initially, this is a multi-part. It's going to turn into a series, right? That we are going to re-engage in. I have some friends, male and female.
Mhm.
You do, et cetera, and
Yeah.
we're going to start to kind of unpack some of just some of these events, some of this phenomenon around dating and relationships, because there's a lot of misnomers. The most important thing is we all have to realize that it looks like what we've seen, right? Our expectations are, most of them derive from what we've experienced, right? And a lot of it is embedded in experiences or derived from experiences that happened years, if
Yeah.
not
And they still.
decades ago.
That's
So,
true.
so we all have to be fair. We got to kind of know where people, are from, their upbringing, and so forth. So, we're gonna leave that right there for now. And I do want to ask you though, any any parting words you want to share with any brothers and sisters who are out there, dating and in a relationship. Anything right quick?
I do feel like you need to voice your concerns.
Mhm.
If something is going on in a relationship that you do not agree with, you're
Mhm.
unhappy about, you want to see different, say something about it instead of like carrying that around with you, because that can build up so many, like just unsettling emotions.
Hmm.
And like something may occur, like maybe you have like a simple disagreement, maybe somebody may leave their boxer shorts on the floor, somebody left some dishes in the sink. That can just really blow up into something big because you're harboring all these emotions and feelings, trying to save face or make somebody else happy, but you're making yourself unhappy. So your voice,
Yep.
your emotions do matter. So go
Absolutely.
ahead and get it out. I mean, that's one thing that I did. That's one of the areas where I failed.
Okay.
I I never talked about something that I was not, comfortable with in
Hmm.
a relationship. And in fear of, oh, you're fussing, or you always nagging with something. I mean, but all in all, I'm making you happy, but I'm making myself unhappy. So that ain't fair. Like, come
Right.
on, we got to have some balance here. So
Good. Yeah.
that is a very like important thing. Just speak how you feel. Just
Yeah.
vent if you have to. If they don't want to hear it, oh well, that may not be your person. Because any person that you're in a relationship with, they should want to make sure that you're being your best self,
There
and
you go.
you're being their accountability partner on making sure that they're being their best self as well.
And I love that accountability partner phrase. I've always loved that term.
Hmm.
So, Kristle, whew, my sister, thank you so much for joining me and sharing this information. And to the audience, thank you for your continued support. And come do some life writing with CJ on the show. And remember, this is where information is shared in hopes to help you write the life you desire. Take care.
Bye.